Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give a shout out to FragLab for sponsoring this video. Do you like FPS games? Because I definitely do, and there's a brand new one in development by FragLab that I'm going to be play testing on March 10th at 10 a.m. Central, and I would love it if you join me. You can if you're from NA, EU, but community members from here and these regions have to be 18 plus. This is going to be a new roguelite experience, 3-player co-op mode that you can play with me on PC. It's free to play, no pay to win, which is amazing. I love that so much. You ever wanted to just play test and make sure that your feedback is listened by the developers to make sure that the game continues on the right path in the right direction? This is your chance. Just remember, if you're joining me to play, you cannot record or share your gameplay to anybody, even your best friend or me, okay? You cannot share it. If you're interested, check the link in the description below, and I'll see you on March 10th. Hello YouTube, the name's IFrostBolt. In this one we're taking a look at my best Titan build for Trials of Osiris. I'm going to show you what I consider to be the best one for me, what I'm taking into day one, and a second potential build that I might switch to if this one for whatever reason doesn't work out. So when it comes to the weapons, it's all preference. You can use whatever you prefer. I am going to go with the Hawk Moon, Eye of the Storm. This was sold by Zur not so long ago. We have the Matador 64 with Threat Detector opening shot. I love Threat Detector because if somebody gets too close range with a shotgun, this perk will proc, allowing me to switch weapons quite quickly. I'm also using Quick Access Sling because I love going for handling when it comes to a hand cannon shotgun build. This right here is what I would consider the God roll, Matador perfect roll. I got a Blast P2 in the back, grenade launcher in case I pick up any heavy ammo. Really the important thing here is having proximity grenades so that you don't have to let go of the trigger or anything like that. So let's take a look quickly at my Sentinel setup here. I'm using the two aspects called Offensive Bulwark and the Bastion. Bastion is pretty much the go-to aspect when it comes to Crucible because whenever you pop a barricade, you get an overshield, and this is something that a lot of people are hating right now when it comes to playing against Titans. But I like it a lot, kind of gives you a little bit more tankiness and purpose for your barricade shield. The next one is Offensive Bulwark, so basically I just get grenades back quickly, which is nice little neutral play when it comes to playing Crucible. And I also have increased melee range, damage, and that's really nice for the neutral play. Like I'm saying, the bonus range to the melee is actually quite noticeable as I've tested in the past. So that in combination with Bastion just makes the Titan plays to be pretty fun. So my fragments here are going to be Leeching, Undermining, and Dilation. I think this one is one of the best fragments to use because if you hit somebody with a grenade, they're just gonna die to your primary shots or whatever. What's the other one? Health regeneration on melee kills. You know, I'm playing a shotgun, so sometimes I will tend to get a melee kill, and the health regen is quite nice. Plus the plus 10 resilience is going to be useful for the build that I'm going to show you here with my exotic. I'm using Echo of Dilation, so this is one that I actually ignored at first, but as time passed, I actually found to like it. So when you're crouched, you sneak faster and you have enhanced radar, and I do like the plus 10 mobility and plus 10 intellect. Now the best grenade here, in my opinion, at least when it comes to Titan, is Axiom Bolt. It's just so easy, does a lot of damage, very difficult for people to counter sometimes. But the other one that I would recommend is Scatternades. It's very underrated, and you might see it in Trials of Osiris. You might get slayed by it, and you're gonna be like, what is this grenade? It's really good. Keep it in mind. I'm using the shield throw because it's more fun for me than having to take advantage of the movement. I like this thing, having a better melee than just having to punch people at close range. Now I'm going to start off with Sentinel Shield, but I do have the option of switching to the Ward of Dawn since it has the fastest cooldown, but I'm going to start off with the Sentinel Shield. Even though I don't think I'm going to get many kills, I think having the roaming capability is going to be more important for my personal playstyle. Now when it comes to the armor and mods, I'm going to show you my exotic first. I'm using Titan's Ramparts. So a lot of what I went for is quite inspired by the Raid armor. As you can see, the ornament pretty much matches the helmet and the chest piece, and I just really wanted to make it work. So Titan's Ramparts, you put a shield and you're going to be able to shoot through it. It's a very underrated exotic. If you haven't seen it much, that's why I'm saying it's underrated. But to some, this is a very lethal exotic and people hate going up against it. It takes a couple shots to break down, but the enemy can shoot you with a sniper rifle primary and you can't do anything about it until the shield is out or you break it. So I'm going to be using this exotic a lot, putting it around corners to try to challenge players to long range to really tank the sniper shots as well. So that in combination with Bastion is going to be very fun. Now, For the mods, on my helmet, I'm using shotgun targeting so that I can have faster ADS on my shotty. I'm using the kinetic siphon so that I can potentially generate some orbs of light. Nothing too crazy, to be honest. Just gonna have that in the back. So my gauntlet's gonna have hand cannon loader, mandatory for me. I'm using the radiant light to boost my strength energy up, and I'm combining that with the quick charge mod so that they both activate with each other, and that way I have faster swaps whenever it comes to using my shotgun. When I'm using Hawkmoon, I find that flinching hand cannon is really important, so that's why I have that mod right there. On my boots, I'm going to be using the hand cannon holster mod, recuperation. We got taken charge. So I'm using the hand cannon holster mod because in Trials of Osiris, I can pretty much kind of let a bullet reload and help me get some more stacks on the Hawkmoon, because that's facts. Here on my Titan mark, I'm using the stasis mod that allows me to get my barricade shield back quickly. So in reality, I'm not just using 5 resilience. So the stat distribution that I'm going for is 3 mobility because I don't really care for that, but I do have that sneak faster fragment, which is going to help me when I'm crouching around. 5 resilience seems to be the minimum if I'm going to be taking advantage of the Titan's rampart. More is fine. I have 10 recovery, which is mandatory in my opinion. High discipline is like the most important stat now that intellect has been nerfed, so I'm going for 8. It would be 10 if I didn't have the weaken mod. Then I have 6 intellect, which is fine. This is going to be really nice if I switch to bubble, then I'll really get that super back quickly. 5 strength, which is going to be fun. And that's pretty much it for this build. Let's go ahead and show you the other one real quick. For the next build, we're going to focus on the Crest of Afalupi exotic chess piece. If you have been watching the channel for a while, you're no stranger to this exotic, as I have used it in the past and I found it to be quite good for the neutral play and underrated. Now that we have Void 3.0, there's a combo you can make that's actually really nasty. So right now, originally with Crest, when you pop a barricade, you get a boost to your HP, right? Your shields get healed up and your red bar gets healed up. But now you can stack that on top of the Bastion overshield and you have a really tanky character right here. A lot of players are going to have a tough time killing you once you pop that barricade. So for this one, when it comes to the stat distribution, we're going with 4 mobility, 6 resilience, 10 recovery, 8 discipline, 6 intellect, and 4 strength. I like the plus 10 here comparison to the other stat distributions that we did, because that means that I could just pop barricades so many times and I'm gonna feel like a hunter with Worm Husk or something like that. For the mods, we're just using similar things like the shotgun targeting, and the hand cannon targeting is actually 1 point, so you can fit that in there if you didn't like the other mod that I showed. We still got hand cannon loader, radiant light combined with quick charge to proc both of them, the hand cannon unflinching and the hand cannon holster. Now if you're not doing the hand cannon holster trick like I am on Hawkmoon, you can use things like shotgun scavenger, and you can put on some other charge of life mods if you wish. So that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the little quick build breakdown, and let me know if you want to see this for the other characters, because I do plan on using Void 3.0 Hunter and Warlock inside of Trials of Osiris, and I guess I could do a little build breakdown. Also keep in mind, this is only keeping Void in mind. I'm not trying to do a build for the other subclasses just yet, because right now my interest is just using the newly updated subclasses. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. So here I would like to give you some in-game thoughts on how I plan to move around with my Titan. Anytime I see any radar pings and people are starting to push up, grenade goes out. And if I don't have a grenade, I want to take advantage of this barricade play and then pop it around a corner, get some peek shots in. This overshield is going to give you your grenade back quickly, as you can see on the bottom left. Also throwing your melee will get you a proc of your overshield and help you get that grenade energy back. You can always come back to the barricade and kind of re-get that overshield so that you can get the cooldown. I wouldn't sit behind it all the time. Normally I just run by it to get that grenade cooldown boost. Now there's going to be a lot of snipers, you know, maybe some long range scout rifles, pulse rifles, and the Titan's rampart is incredibly good at allowing you to put that barricade and peek an angle without really taking crazy damage. Now one of my favorite things about Titan with the barricade is that you can put it down and then you can bait a bunch of grenades. You know, people love to throw grenades, so keep that in mind when it comes to Trials of Osiris. And they're going to throw nades, you kind of just want to back off, and if they don't, then you have the free angle peaks to kind of just engage other players and start to get some primary battles. So that's pretty much it. I can do some more in-depth talks about my gameplay as we dive into Trials of Osiris this weekend. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you later.